Thank you. Speaker, my question is to the Minister of Infrastructure. Minister, when I went door to door in my riding, one of the biggest concerns that I heard was the issue of skyrocketing hydro rates. The fact that people were forced to choose between heating and eating. It's a decision that no family or fixed income senior should ever have to make. I'm sure members on both sides of this House are keenly aware that for far too long the previous Liberal government, supported by the NDP, when it came to the well-being of people in this province, especially when it came to energy poverty, there were municipalities that were forced to open up heat banks in the dead of winter because there was no one could afford Ontario's hydro rates, the highest rates, I might say, in North America. Minister, in light of this proposed new legislation I'm looking forward to you bringing forward later today, can you please tell us how this program intends to lower the cost of heating for people across this great province?
Minister of Infrastructure.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I'd like to thank the member from Sarnia Lambton for a great question. I know the member from Sarnia Lambton has long advocated in this legislature to expand natural gas right across rural and remote communities in Ontario. Mr. Speaker, one of our 5 priorities as the government for the people is lowering hydro bills for the people of this province, and that is exactly why we will achieve this through the Access to Natural Gas Act. Speaker, our proposed legislation will enable the private sector to work with local municipal partners to expand access to reliable, cost-effective and clean natural gas for rural, northern and First Nations communities at no cost to the taxpayer. Speaker, this means that 78 communities and 33,000 households will have the ability to access critical energy infrastructure in our great province.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Speaker, and back to the Minister of Infrastructure. That's great news, Minister, and I'm looking forward to the legislation later today. But following through on this new legislative commitment truly represents our government for the people, commitment to making promises and actually keeping them, a concept that is foreign to the former Liberal government. The expansion to 78 communities and more in rural and northern Ontario will greatly assist in providing the much-needed energy and financial relief, as well as enabling our First Nations community access to cleaner and cheaper energy options. Minister, can you tell us how much money does each household expect to save with this new legislation when it's passed? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Minister.
Well, Mr. Speaker, again, to the member of Sarnia Lambton, thanks for that question. Mr. Speaker, our government understands that people are facing extremely high energy bills, especially if they have to depend on electricity, oil or propane to heat their homes. Having access to natural gas makes life more affordable and puts more money back in people's pockets. Estimates suggest that by switching to natural gas, residential customers and families can save between $800 and $2,500 per year. This new initiative, in conjunction with our government's commitment to scrap cap-and-trade carbon tax, will help put more money in the pockets of families and help provide them with much-needed financial relief. Our government is committed to the expansion of natural gas infrastructure and services in our province, unlike the previous Liberal government, who not only banned private sector participation in expanding natural gas, but also tried to ban natural gas altogether in Ontario. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, let's not forget about the NDP and how they continuously advocate.
Thank you. Thank you.